Good afternoon. How in the heck could I be a role model for Ricky Suarez? I shouted across the breakfast table. It was last Saturday morning. Friday night at the prom, Ricky had asked me to introduce him as the valedictorian. In his asking me, he mentioned something about me being a role model to him during his time here. My question was genuine. How in the heck can I be a role model for Ricky Suarez? Don't get me wrong, I've got my strengths. I'm an all right guy. This is Ricky Suarez. This is the kid who takes the hardest classes that this school offers and doesn't just get every possible point, he gets 101% as his percentage for his time as a graded high school student. How does that happen? Not sure. He's an athlete. He can hold an auditorium breathless during one of his solos. He's a brilliant musician. He's a founder of Global Issues Network. He is a leader for ASEA democracy. This is the kid who was accepted by half the Ivy League and turned him down because he found something better. Big deal about Princeton and Yale. But when you turn down an Ivy League located in the great state of Pennsylvania, you walk away from a chance to study in the promised land. You know there's got to be something unbelievable waiting on the other side. This is Ricky Suarez. And I was genuinely confused how I could be a role model for a kid like this. Across the table, Bianca sat pensively, my wife, Bianca, nibbling on a muffin. Now, if anyone in the world should be able to make a case for why I should be a role model for Ricky Suarez, it's my wife, right? You would think, biggest fan. She sat there silently, as if she were thinking, yeah, I don't know. It's got me. I love you, honey, but this is Ricky Suarez. So as she sat silently, there was a part of me that hoped that she would jump in and defend me. The silence continued. Hurt, cut like a knife. But when Bianca did speak, she said something very simple, yet something very profound. I hope Ricky saves a lot of people. Not I hope he makes a lot of money, or I hope he has a nice car. Not I hope he does well for himself or provides for his family. Not even I hope he becomes a CEO or an ambassador or a president. No. I hope he saves a lot of people. For those of you who don't know her, my wife is not just an all right gal. She is phenomenal. And for someone as talented and as accomplished as she is, to think so highly of Ricky is an incredible accomplishment. An incredible compliment, I apologize. So what is it about Ricky that would lead us to have such high hopes? It's not the Ivy League acceptances. It's not the prestigious or highly selective leadership program he will join at Notre Dame. It's not that Ricky is flawless. I'm sure if we brought his parents up here and his siblings, they could give you a list of Ricky's flaws. I just haven't seen them. Have you? Have you ever seen Ricky lose his temper? Have you ever heard him speak an unkind word? Have you ever seen him overwhelmed or flustered? Have you ever seen him not prepared? Have you ever seen him give less than his best? Ricky's a talented kid, no doubt. That's inherent. But it is who he is that makes us hope for greater things, that makes us wish for him to save a lot of people. It's his kindness, his poise, his concern and consideration, his humanity that makes one hope for more. It happens more often than you would think that students become in some ways role models for their teachers. So while I appreciate that Ricky would see me as a role model, at the end of the day, I am convinced he has inspired me to push myself to be a better man, much more than I've inspired him. He makes those around him want to be better. He makes me want to be better, and for that I'm forever grateful. So, it is with great honor and a tremendous sense of humility that I introduce the valedictorian for the class of 2012, Mr. Ricky Suarez.